Hello, this is Lolly. I want to show you what I'm going to do to fix an error I made in my December Daily Pocket Journal. What happened when I was doing this page here with the 23 and the 22 is I got them backwards. You see it's 21, 23, 22, 24. I really like this brown facing this brown. And so I don't want to just take the card out, punch holes here, and flip it over. I want to keep it in the order it's in, but have the correct numbering. I could just type this out on a like a Word document, print it out, and glue a circle over there or something. But it would be black on white, or it wouldn't look like it was part of the design here. Excuse the lighting; it's flickering on me. So what I'm going to do is go in. I'm going to take a photo of this card and a photo of this card, and I'm going to go into Silhouette Design Studio and fix that up because I want the 23 to be on brown and the 22 to be on pink. So let's go over to my computer. Okay, so here we are. What I did was I took a photo of each of these cards, and then I emailed it to myself, opened the email, and saved these images to my desktop, and then I just grabbed them and slid them onto a new mat here. So what I'm thinking is I want this one to say 23 but still be brown, and I want this one to say 22 and still be pink. So all I need to do is I want to do kind of a circle. So I'm selecting this image. I'm going to hold Shift down so it makes a perfect circle. And then I'm going to size that to be 1 inch because that's the size that I've determined that would fit this better to be the new number. So I'm going to go to this transform, scale, lock the scale in place, and select 1. And then apply. So now I know that's a 1 inch circle, and that's perfect. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make 2 of those. Duplicate. Okay, so let's start with this one here. I'm going to make this a little bigger so I can see it. Okay, or we can actually do this. I'm going to come over here to, where'd it go? Right here. And this is the trace panel. Select the trace area. Come over here, click, hold, and drag. Now, I'm going to take this threshold and move it up. And while I'm doing that, I'm watching this. I want to get a nice clear image line demarcation around the numbers, and I'm going to say trace it, and that's what I have now. So what I'm thinking is I want this one to be brown, so let's zoom back out. I want 23 to be brown, so I'm going to click this. Now in order to do this, you need the Designer Edition software, which is an upgrade. I'm going to click the fill panel and the eyedropper, and so once I select that, I can click any color I want, like that. And I also want this to be that color as well. So that's going to be 23. Actually, you know what? It just occurred to me this probably needs to stay white because, yeah, it does. So in order for my numbers to show up. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this bigger. But I'm thinking, I want these white numbers to show through, but I also want this to be a little bigger, so I need a bigger square. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this as a square, just like that, because I know that this is already the size I want. So what I'm going to do is change that color. I need to drag this in front. So when I right click it, I'm going to select bring to front. So I think what I'm going to do, and this is a 0.87, I'm going to make a white square and stick it behind there. That way, this is what I'm trying to do right now, is make a white square so those numbers will show through white. Perfect. I'm going to highlight them both, right click, and say group. Now they'll travel together when I move them, hopefully. I'm going to right click and say bring to front, and nope, it's still not going to do that. I have a white square under that. Why is it not doing it? Let me try ungroup. Oh, I know, because I didn't actually state that this is white. That's why. Now it's white. Perfect. Now right click, bring to front. I'm putting that over the white rectangle. Now I'm going to right click and group. Where to go? And now I can bring this on front, and there we have it. So I don't like, I know it's not going to show up when it prints, but I don't like seeing the red lines, so I'm also going to come in here under line and change the line color to that brown as well. A lot better. So now what I'm going to do is print it this way. Let me highlight the whole thing, right click and group. I'm going to print the whole thing, but I'm going to use a 1-inch hole punch in my stash. I'm just going to delete these. And that will enable me to punch a hole right around that. So now we need the 22. So let's come back over here. We need to open that trace panel, select trace area. Increase the threshold a little bit. Oh, too much. I can arrow down here until I can see the numbers again. Okay, it's a little too low now. And trace. Okay, if I can remember my steps that I had. This one I want to be pink. So first of all, I need to come over here and go to the fill, use the eyedropper, and select the pink color. Now we have pink, but I also need two more things. I need a big rectangle like this, and I need a little rectangle of white to stick behind there. So this I'm going to make pink, and this needs to be white. If you don't select white, it's not working. There we go. Okay, click, right click, bring to front. There are shortcuts that you can do, shortcut keys, but since I'm doing this one-handed, I'm doing all of the clicking. So I'm going to highlight those, right click, group, and now I'm going to bring it in front of here like this. And I don't like those pink lines just because it bugs me, so I'm going to select the lines, line style, select that. Now I have them. So let me zoom back out. I had done extra copies here in case I needed them, but I don't need that. So what I'm going to do is print these off. Oops, I didn't group that. You know, it looks to me like I need this to be just a little bit bigger. There we go. I didn't group those. Okay, group. Now I want to see if by chance these are still going to be a good 1 inch. So I'm going to make a 1-inch circle here. I'm going to make it black. Oops, get out of there. Make it black. Line so that I can see where my hole punch would work on here. So let's go back to this transformation and click on the scale, and that right there, lock it and select 1 inch. Apply. Now this will show me when I use my 1-inch hole punch, is that too big? So I think we can go down just a little bit. That looks pretty good. Okay, so I can get rid of that, delete that, but now I need to make my paper so that it will print. So I'm going to choose 8.5 by 11. Oops, that said 12. I want 11. There. Now I'm not going to do this as a print and cut because I don't need to have the machine cut it for me. I'm just going to use a hole punch. So now all I need to do is go File, Print, Preferences, and I'm going to use cardstock, thick plain paper, and print quality best. And I'm going to send this to the printer and then show you what I have from there. So I printed that out. I have a 1-inch circle punch here, and I know that I need to trim this in order to get the punch closer in there. Okay, so now we have a brown 23. And we have a pink 22. So here's what I did. I used their own font and their own color. It's not a perfect, 100% perfect match, but it is really close. way better than I could have gotten on my own. So now that I've done this and I want it to look sort of intentional, I think what I might do is even just use a little foam tape on there. There we go. And the 23. I like this a lot better. I did not want to leave it the way it was with the dates being wrong, so now I've just fixed it and edited it to my own style. There we go. Okay, done. 22, 21, 22, 23, 24, all in a row. Thank you for watching me fix my blunders.